Hello, I'm here on Churches on this extremely, very busy Saturday afternoon. There's buskers, political activists, theatrical acts. Church Street is a hive of activity. I get a lot of messages from people saying, what are we going to do about the numbers of new arrivals who are already here in our city, who are pushing different ways, beliefs, values, and don't want to embrace the Scouse fam. In fact, no, they've got no intentions whatsoever of doing so. Well, like I've said, whether or not Liverpool can accommodate their needs or not, and whether or not small amounts do embrace the Scouse fam, either way, there is not much we can do about that, right? But what we can do, which Joe Owens is doing, is we can campaign for the door to be closed on further new admissions of new arrivals into our glorious city until a discussion is held as to the impact this is going to have on our city over, say, a 10-year period. That discussion needs to take place. Yes, those already here with different ways, beliefs, values, standards, and don't want to embrace the scam. The Scouse fam, excuse me, it's getting rather busy. There's nothing really much can be done about that. And then there's the small amount that are embracing the Scouse fam, and that's great. My solution would be for those who believe Liverpool can't accommodate their needs, they need to find a new town or city that does. Now, you can't force anyone to do that. That's at their discretion. All the same, what then needs to be done is the door needs to be closed until a discussion is had as to whether or not our city, like I've said, can survive 10 more years of unlimited amounts of new arrivals and all the cultural change that comes with it. Because there's an economic side to this, as well as impacting our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. So the city will be impacted big time economically, and as I say, the threat it poses long term to our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. We need to close the door until a discussion is had as to where our city will be in 10 years' time. Can we survive this? And that's what needs to be done. Sadly, that's not going to happen, right? That is not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why it's important the good people of Wavertree give Joe Owens their vote, because the more votes I get, the easier it will be to force these politicians, because that's what we're going to have to do, to take note, sit up and do something about further cultural change. But that can only happen if Joe Owens receives a good vote. Then they'll be forced to act. They'll have no other option, because a good vote in Wavertree will be a mandate, one they can't ignore, right? One they can't ignore. Because listen, trust me, if this cultural change goes unchecked, within the next 10 years, our city would have dramatically changed to such an extent it will no longer represent the Liverpool we all remember. We can't allow that to happen, right? It must be opposed. And like I've said, my solution is this, that the small amount of new arrivals who are happy to embrace the Scouse fam, great. The majority, I believe, who have no intentions whatsoever of embracing the Scouse fam, they need to leave. and relocate to another town and city that can accommodate their needs. But at the end of the day, you can't force them to do that. That's at their discretion. Then we close the door till we have a discussion as to, can our city survive another 10 years of this? And I don't believe it can. Right? So there's the answer. People sending me messages, well, what do we do about the large amounts of new arrivals now that are changing streets and communities with different ways, beliefs, values, standards? What do we do, Joe? Well, there's nothing we can do. All I can do is offer my proposal, my solution, and the rest is up to the good people of Wavertree, right? To vote for Joe Owens and give me a good vote, which will send a clear and loud message to Paula Barker and the rest of the MPs, councillors, journalists, super scousers who are promoting cultural change. It will send a loud, long and loud message to them. Bear with me, it's really busy, right? That's what we do. Joe Owens needs a good vote. Then we can force these politicians to take action, and we can then hopefully have a discussion on the cultural change our glorious city is undergoing. Short of that, we will lose our city. End of, right? Not may, could be possible. We will lose our city. It will be culturally changed and taken from us. And once the new arrivals are in the driving seat, we dance to their tune. And remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.